Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? I just woke up a little bit ago and it is 3:34 a.m. and I slept long and I slept deep. So you're gonna have to give me a few moments to wake up from my slumber. I've been dying for a Diet Coke all day long today. So we're gonna get this started right away. I love that sound. I cannot believe that another week has gone by. And today was a fantastic day. And I did nothing but watch TV, hang out with my husband, and listen to my audiobook. And it was a nap and eat. And it was very, very relaxing. And I don't regret one bit of it. Alex is probably going to go back to work sometime this week. So we're trying to spend as much time together as possible. Because we don't really know what his work schedule is going to look like yet. So we're thinking about doing a Q&A tomorrow, because it'll probably be, tomorrow might be his last full day home for a while. We just don't know yet. So I'm kind of sad about it. I'm kind of sad about him going back to work. I've really enjoyed having him home, and I said that to him tonight, and he goes, well, he goes, I could just be a house husband and just stay at home all the time. I said, okay, well, I mean, I like to have some of my private time too, but it's going to be weird, you know, getting up and, why do I have my windshield wipers on? It's going to be weird getting up and not having him here. And I know it'll definitely be weird for the dogs because they're so used to him being here. It's going to take them a little while to get used to him not being here every day, you know? I don't know. It's going to be strange. And here the world is about to reopen. I don't know what I really think about all of it. I haven't really thought a whole lot about anything today, to be honest, as you can see with my hair. Look, I have this hair. So my hair is now long enough that I can tuck the ends behind my ears, which is crazy. Because I haven't tucked my hair behind my ears in, I don't know, 25, 26, almost 26 years since I had long hair. But my hair was obviously a lot longer than this. I was thinking about this today because I don't have like any body to my hair. You can see my hair is like poker straight. But this over here has been like winging out, which is kind of funny. You'll see it here later because it'll come out from behind my ear and then it kind of just goes over. But I was thinking about when I was growing my hair out back in the day, because I had really, really long hair at one point, because of course I was a total hippie, and my hair was like down to probably here, maybe even a little bit longer than that. Can you believe it that I have really long hair like that? It's so crazy. I've shown pictures on here before, but so when I was growing it out, I would just like part it down the middle. Well, I parted it down the middle even when it was really that long. And I either wore it in a ponytail or a braid, or I would kind of like just make like a loose bun and just like stick through like a pencil through it or something, which is so crazy to me now. Because I can remember like people looking at me crazy, like, who's this guy with like this loose bun, right? And now it's like all these guys that like wear buns in their hair, you know, and it's like the look or whatever. But anyway, when it was growing out, I would like get out of the shower. I would like take a shower, wash and condition my hair, and then I would just like part it down the middle and tuck it behind my ears. And I can remember because I would tuck it behind my ears, it would wing out. And so my hair, like for the longest time, like the ends winged out. It was so funny. I was thinking about that today. God, it seems like forever ago that I had long hair. It was really weird when I had long hair because I was so resistant to cutting it. I was like, I mean, I would get it trimmed, you know, like a couple inches off, and like the, you know, split ends and the dead ends and stuff like that. But I was so resistant to getting my hair cut when I had my hair long. And I can remember like talking to my dad about it, and I said something about having long hair, and he goes, well, you might as well do it now, because when you're older you won't want to do it. Which is funny, because I do have friends of mine that have longer hair, like Jason, Melissa's husband, you know, has long hair. And and he's had long hair, like his whole life. Like, he's had it, because he was in a band back in the day. And I'm always like, Jason, do you ever think about cutting your hair? He's like, I just can't even imagine if I like cut my hair at this point, right? But I can remember cutting my hair, and it was so freeing. I just felt like a different person. And I have never once, since I cut my hair, I mean, maybe like once or twice, like just in passing, you know? But I haven't seriously ever thought, like, I wish I had long hair again. Like, I did it, it was a phase of my life, and then when I got it cut off short, like, I got it cut off, like, really, really short. Like, not buzz cut short, but almost. It was really short. And, I can remember getting it cut, and she was like, are you sure you want to do this? And I was like, yeah. I can see myself the day I got it cut. I used to go to this hair salon downtown that was called Downtown Studio. It hasn't existed in 20 some years, but anyway. And I can remember she was like, are you sure about this? And I was like, yeah. And she just cut like this huge like ponytail thing off, and then she like held it up, and I was like, just go, like, I'm ready. Like, I'm ready for, like, you know, new hair. And I can remember like one of the weirdest things was like taking a shower and feeling my short hair, like when I was washing it in the shower. But it was, the word I was looking for was liberating. It was so liberating to have short hair again. And I've never like missed it. Like, I've never missed having long hair. It was a hassle. Like, I hated sleeping with long hair. It was like total misery to sleep with it. Because if I had it in a ponytail, like, you know, you couldn't sleep on your back. And then if I just had it down, like, it got in my face. It just was really hard to sleep with a pony, like, with long hair. Especially, like, I had really, really long hair, you know? And, like, back then, like, if I had to dress nice for something, like, it was hard to, like, kind of dress, I don't know. What's so funny is I have these, like, really, and I'm starting, like, my sideburns are so bad right now. But, like, I had these really long sideburns at the time, too. Like that with my long hair. Anyway, I don't miss it. I do miss, one thing I will say is, you know, in my adult life, I have to say that I stuck to being, I mean, my clothes have been a little bit different through the years, but I've always leaned to, like, having, like, I've always leaned to, like, a very kind of vintage thrift look when I'm thinner and I can wear what I want to wear. But either that or, like, a very preppy look. Like, I like to kind of go back and forth between the two. And I do kind of, like, wish that, like, my younger adult years, like in my 20s more and stuff like that, but I couldn't because I was, you know, in a professional working environment. I wish I kind of would have tried some different things with, like, my hair and whatever. You know what I mean? Like, because now it's like my hair's white, so I'm not going to color my hair, like, blue or something now, right? I mean, I guess, I mean, I could, but I don't really have the desire, number one, and number two, I don't really know what it would do on top of white hair. But, like, back then I would have tried something and done something different, you know? But I was, like, I mean, I think, like, after I got sober and, like, was working and treatment and things like that, like, I started to, like, dress, like, my hair and my style was rather, I wouldn't say conservative, because, like I said, like, you know, like, when I would go out on the weekends and stuff like that, I would wear, like, you know, old jeans, like, old Levi's with, like, holes in the knees, and you know, Chuck Taylors and my jeans rolled up and, you know, Western shirts or vintage concert t-shirts. Like, that was kind of always my style. For a long time, this is when I first met Alex. This is probably the first year and a half that I met Alex. I wore a John Deere trucker hat at all times. Like, literally at all times. I probably have a picture in here somewhere. I don't really know how to find stuff. And I remember we went to Pride Day because we did this, like, thing for Pride Day. And I left my hat, like, I had taken my hat off. And, okay, wait. Here it is. This is so funny. So this is when we went to Florida with our friend Demi. This is 2009. You guys are gonna die. That's me in 2009. It's 11 years ago. Look at that. Isn't that so funny? And I wore that John Deere hat, like, all the time. Do I have another picture of the John Deere? I mean, I wore it, like, every night. God, I was so thin back then. I was so thin. I mean, I can't really show any of these pictures because I have other people in all of them. Oh, let's go through my featured photo. Oh no, that's not what I want to show. Oh my god, I forgot that we used to do that karaoke. Profile pictures. Let's go into profile pictures. Let's see. Go back to my profile pictures way back in the day. Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed to show some of these pictures. This is at my friend's apartment in Arizona, or not in Arizona, in, what's the date on this? 2008. So this is my friend's apartment in Denver, the one that I talk about going, that I almost moved out there for. Look at Peter there. It's so funny, isn't it? I sometimes, like, wonder, like, if I lost the weight, like, would I start looking younger again? I mean, obviously not too young because my hair is white and all that kind of stuff. But, the wedding pictures. This used to be, I actually took this in Phoenix. I keep on saying Phoenix. I took this in Denver too. This is while my friend was in somewhere and I was waiting for him, like, in this grass outside. And I think he was at a doctor's appointment. And this was like my profile picture for everything for the longest time. Is this not so funny? Isn't that so hilarious? I do miss having dark hair sometimes, but the problem was at the end, like, even when I wasn't, even when I didn't, like, have a beard, well, like, okay, so I started growing a beard, on our wedding, and, I'll show you, like, one of my I don't know if I have it in here. I do have the wedding pictures in here, though, so I should probably have how my beard started growing out when we were there. So my beard started growing out while we were in Las Vegas. Well, it had grown out before, but I think I didn't bring a razor or something. I can't remember what. And so, or maybe I was just having 5 o'clock shadow then. I don't remember. It was one or the other. And I think I was doing like 5 o'clock shadow, but I didn't bring it with me, so I was gonna have to shave every day. And I had been shaving every day. And then I said to Alex, what would you feel about like if I just like grew out a beard for a while to see how it would go? And he was like, that's fine. Well, with 5 o'clock shadow, it wasn't coming in super white. Well, then what happened was it started coming in really, really white. Where's my wedding? Like, why are my wedding pictures not in here? Mobile uploads, would that be it? Timeline photos? I don't. You guys want to see a picture of me and my dad when I was a little kid? This is us like we were on some island somewhere. We were like... People think I look so much like my dad now. I don't know if you can see it really, but... That's me behind my dad being silly with blonde hair, and that's my dad. Yeah, my dad, like, at my age, he had a beard. He used to wear these Porsche Carrera sunglasses that I wore forever. But his hair is not as white as my hair is. It's so funny, all these things I posted on my Facebook. So many from Paris is Burning. Here's Alex and I at our wedding. You can see it. You can't really see. I'm in the darker suit. But you can't see how I had a beard at that point, because it wasn't really till afterwards. Here's my dad walking me down the aisle at our wedding. Okay, here's a good example of what happened. So this was when we got back, okay? And this is me on our front porch. And this is me with dark hair. And then you can see that I have a beard, and the beard has come in completely white. And I was like, okay, what do I do? So I was like, I either have to let my hair go. Come on, come back into the light, Carol Ann. I'm like, I either have to let, what would you do if somebody had been standing right there? I was like, ah! But I was like, I either have to like let my hair go white, or I have to shave the beard. Or I could like just for men the beard. But my beard, like I have to shave literally like every other day. And I was like, this is becoming too much at this point. Oh, here's how short my hair was right after I got it cut. Oh, this was me, it says on here 90 days clean and sober. This is so funny, look at this. That's Peter, 90 days clean and sober. I must have had that written on the back of the picture or something. God, then I was there. Oh, here's a picture of me with long hair. This isn't as long as it got, but here's a picture of me with long hair. Sexy, sexy. And I think that's it. Here's my Miss America that nobody believed that I had. my Vanessa Williams Miss America paper dolls. Proof that I did have it right there. I just can't find it because it's in the basement. Like everything else in my life. There's a picture of me on the beach when I was a little kid. You guys want to see that? You're probably like, Peter, we could care less about these pictures. Here's a picture of me on the beach when I was a little kid. And I was gonna look and see if I have a picture of my mom. I have like, oh, okay. So I have 2 more pictures to show you guys. Well, first of all, this is not a great picture of my mom. But this is my mom sitting in a rock in Evanston, Illinois, with big sunglasses on and a turtleneck sweater. Hold on a second. Come on, Mom. You can't really see her very well in the picture, but that's my mom. But, I mean, like, that's, like, from the late 60s. But you guys are about to die. Here is the picture of Peter in the Wonder Woman outfit that my dad made me when I was a little kid. Isn't that so cute? I love it. It's gonna be the cover of my memoir. Oh, Donna. Oh, Donna. Who was I talking to the other day? I was talking to my friend Caroline. She has a friend named Donna. And I said, do you sing that song to her? And she goes, no, but I feel like she would love it if I did. And I said, then you should sing it to her. You should. Oh, Donna. So let's talk about what Peter did today. Let's gloss it back up again. Well, last night, because you know I started late, when I got done, I finished the book Dead Ends, and I played Words with Friends. So I finished that last night. I gave it 3 stars. Now, I talked to Mel today on the phone. I was trying to explain this to Mel. Let me explain why I gave it 3 stars. I didn't think the book was horrible, okay? It was very basic. There was nothing, like, super exciting about the book. I mean, it literally was just the facts, ma'am, okay? It was just the facts about what happened with Eileen Wuornos. Half of the book is spent trying to figure out if it's a serial killer or who's killing these people or whatever. Okay, that's the first half of it. And the second half of it is basically, if you've seen the documentaries, it's a quick rundown of facts of the documentaries. So, like, for me, like, I knew everything in the book. There were a few things I didn't know, but not enough that would make me be like, yeah, it was really worth reading the book. But as far as the book club goes, for people that don't know anything about Eileen Wuornos, or people that haven't watched documentaries like I have a million times or read them, then it is a great book for that, because it literally covers all of the facts that you need to know to discuss the case. So I finished that, and then I briefly started House of Impossible Beauties. I'm currently on chapter 3. I'm 3 hours into it. I'm exactly 3 hours into it right now, and it's 15 hours and 35 minutes long. It's really good. It's different than I thought it would be. Right now, so far, so it talks about, if you watch Paris is Burning, Angie Extravaganza is in it, and they talk about Hector Extravaganza, the House of Extravaganza, and Venus Extravaganza, the one that's killed at the end of the documentary. The one who's very small and very thin. The book fictionalizes their life. So, like, Angie is like, she goes by Angel in the book, and she's how it starts. And it starts about, like, just a lot about, like, her transitioning, but not that formal. And it talks a lot about, like, their backgrounds and where they came from. But it's done in a fictionalized way. So you're reading like a fiction book about basically these people that were in Paris's burning. I don't know how much it's factual. At the beginning of the book, he says, this is a fictionalized account of people that really lived. But, like, you don't know, like, how much of it was true, because none of them are alive anymore, 1. 2, there's so many, like, Dorian Corey is in it, too. Dorian Corey, who was the one she was, like, the one who, like, talked about shade and reading and stuff, and then she kind of, like, narrated the whole documentary, and then at the very end, they said that they found, like, a dead body in her closet that was, like, mummified or whatever. So she's a big part of it, especially at the beginning, because she's, like, the one that's been around the longest. And so, like, Angel, like, looks up to her. And that's how she meets Hector. And then Hector wants to start the House of Extravaganza. And that's kind of, like, where I'm at right now. It's very, very interesting, though, because they're talking a lot about, like, the ball scene. And they're talking about how there's, like, the African-American ball scene, and then there's, like, the white ball scene, and the white ball scene's on Long Island, and so, like, all of, like, the white queens have to go out to the white, and they're talking, like, about all that, and so he's like, well, where do the, like, because they're, like, all Puerto Rican in the book, and he's like, well, where did, like, the Puerto Ricans or the Latino, balls happen? He's talking to this boyfriend. There's so many things that happen in, like, the first couple hours, like, so many people die. It's just really, really, like, of tragic things. It hasn't even gotten to talking about AIDS or anything yet, although I know that they will, because this is, like, real small and it wouldn't ruin it for anybody. But Hector, it's really sweet. It's very sweet, because they're, like, in the book, they're, like, 16 to, like, 19 in the book. And Hector and Angie, like, they're not dating in the book. Like, they're just friends that are going to be, like, the mother and the father of this house. And he takes her to Saks because he said he's going to buy her anything she wants. It's like an outfit. And so he takes her to, like, the Chanel department. And I think I actually heard about this in some kind of interview with her at one point. So I think this might be true. I think a lot of it is based on factual evidence. It just seems like it's really, like a lot of it is factual. But, like, a fiction based on fact, you know? So they go in and he wants to buy her this Cartier, or this Chanel suit, and she, like, they can't obviously afford it, and they don't really know that until they get there, and they get dressed up to go in there and look nice, and even, like, the woman at the counter is, like, really nice to them and stuff. And so when they're leaving, he's like, I'm gonna buy you something, and so he buys her, like, the smallest bottle of Chanel No. 5, and she says in the book that she kept it with her, and she would spritz it on herself for every ball that she went to, and every time that she went to a funeral. And her goal was to keep the bottle for as long as she lived, or something like that. So, but, like, just a description of, like, the bottle of perfume, since I just gave that one away, is, like, so beautiful, the way that they, like, it, just the way that he describes stuff. There are times reading it that you feel like it's kind of like sometimes when I'm listening to it, I'm kind of like, I feel like you totally stole this idea from people's lives. Like, I don't know, but, like, there are all kinds of books that are fictionalized accounts of, you know, Abraham Lincoln and, you know, Marilyn Monroe and the Kennedys. And so, I mean, again, Jesus Christ, there's been all kinds of, there was a really great book that I read back in the day. I cannot remember who it was by. One of my college professors recommended it, and it was hilarious. It was, like, an award-winning book about, like, Jesus and the disciple, or Jesus, yeah, and the disciples, and they, like, were on tour, and it was, like, it was funny. It was somebody that, it was, like, Thomas Wolfe or somebody like that. I can't remember who it was, but it was and it was such a great book. I can see it. It was, like, purple, and it had, like, them, like, walking on the front of it. But it was, like, this fictionalized account of, like, if Jesus and the disciples had actually, like, gone on tour and you had to, like, buy a ticket. But it was, like, a genius book. I can't remember who wrote it. It was a really, really famous author back in the day. But anyway, it's good. So if you really liked Paris is Burning, if you really like Pose, if you really liked like anything to do with like that whole like subculture, I think, of like the ballroom scene, if any of that's interesting to you, or culturally, I think just the LGBTQIA plus world in the 80s, because it takes place, it's gonna stop, hold on. Right as I reached for it, it stopped. Because it starts in like 79 to 81, but I'm like in 81 right now. And I think, I will say some of it is very confusing, because what happens is you have 3 different characters, and it talks about them growing up as kids. Like, so when it starts, they're much younger, and it's like they're living like with their grandmothers, like each of them. And then they grow up, but they take on new names. So and then they reflect back on their stories, but all of their stories include grandmothers. That one calls Nana, the other one calls Nana, and they're all like kind of like have this illegal. It's confusing. It's they're bookies. So like 2 of them are bookies. So like I don't know why he did that unless it just was the truth. But it's hard to follow, because like when you're talking to like Venus, you're like, now was this Venus's background or was this like Angel's background? But it's still very interesting. I mean, it's basically kind of like the before of Paris is Burning, if you liked that show, if you liked that documentary. Kind of like how the house got started, the House of Extravaganza, and which was like the first all-Latino house in New York. Yeah, something really sad happens, like, well, I don't want to ruin it for people in case they want to read it. I would definitely recommend it. It's different than I thought. It's an easier read than I thought it would be. I thought it would be like so flooded in prose and whatever it is, but the dialogue is what's interesting. And I would say it's mostly dialogue. It's a character study. I mean, if you like I'm not somebody that is like completely plot driven. Like if you give me a couple good characters that I can fall in love with, I can read any book. And it's very that. They're very innocent-minded, even though their lives are not. I don't know if that makes sense. It's a vulnerable book. It's a really vulnerable book. I really like it. I like it more than I thought I would. I was telling Mel today, I'm trying to push myself to like listen to longer and longer books, because for the longest time, like, I would only want to listen to books that were between 6 and 8 hours, because I knew I could finish them in a couple days. But there were some books that were like 8 or 9 hours that was taking me 2 weeks to read. I'm literally getting through books, you guys, in a day or 2 at this point. So, I wanted to challenge myself to start reading longer books, because then when I look at a book and it's like 15 to 20 hours, I'm not intimidated by it. Because I can't tell you how many books through the years, that I've looked at, and I've been like, oh, I really like to read this, but it's like 18 hours. I don't really want to listen to an 18-hour book, you know? So, like this one's 15 hours and 35 minutes? Yeah, and I'm going to just continue to push myself to listen to longer and longer books. Since I'm ahead this month, this is a good month for me to do this. I'm at 37 books, I think, for the month already, or for the year. And, my goal is to read 8 books a month. So what is that? 8 times 5 is 40. So, I mean, I really only have 4 books to read this month to reach 40. And I'm already on, you know, this one. So I may try to read longer books this month to just kind of get myself used to that. And it doesn't really matter anyway, because I'm going to get to, I'm going to hit 40. I mean, I only have to read 4 more books after this. And there are some longer books that I've really wanted to listen to, but I haven't because of that, you know? Where am I at? I think I'm at 37 books. Yeah, 37. But I've read some really great stuff this year so far, and I've read some long books, too. I mean, I haven't read super short, like many super short books. I've read a couple, but not too many. I just got a new friend on Goodreads. It's always funny to me when people like my reading challenge. Do I have any comments on my reading challenge for this? I don't think so. Oh, I do. I have 7 comments on my reading challenge. Let's see what people said. Good luck. Happy New Year. Can't wait to see which books you select. You always introduce me to new authors and viewpoints. You got this, Peter. Great start, Peter. I'm trying for 100 books again, too. I'm at 2 out of 100. Oh, this was 3 months ago. Always reading 2 books now. Zoe and I read one of myself. Here's our current books. I wanted to read The Lightning Thief by Rick Warden. I need to do that. Good job, Peter. You're in a roll. Keep up the momentum. Good job. I'm at 6 out of 100. Go, Peter. We are tied. 12 out of 100. I love Goodreads. It's so sweet. It's so fun. Oh, I also wanted to look and see what the weather was going to be like tomorrow. Since it says it's going to be one thing and then it changes every day. Oh, it's going to be 50. Oh, no. 65. With 0% chance of rain. I just wish, okay, now towards the end of, like the 16th, 17th, and 18th, it's supposed to be in the 70s. I just wish we would get to the 70s and just stay in the 70s. Now it's weird because it's like cooler weather, you know? And towards the end of this month, like people go to the racetrack. I mean, it's not open this year because of all this, but people go to the racetrack for the Indy 500, like for the trials and stuff, and from Carb Day. I mean, everybody that goes to Carb Day that I've ever known gets A, completely wasted, which is why I don't go, and B, they get completely sunburned from being out there all day long. But it could be cloudy in Indiana and you get sunburned too, you know? Actually, it's funny because I had a friend of mine post a picture today and be like, it was cloudy today all day, and it was like rainy today, and he was like outside doing yard work and he got sunburned. But yeah, like I'm ready for some warmer weather. Tomorrow, I am going to get up, make my coffee, upload the vlog, and then Alex and I are gonna do, I think I'll just like, right after that, like take a shower. Maybe I'll do like a cup of coffee face mask tomorrow. I haven't done one of those for a while. Trim my beard, although I just did that a couple days ago. Trim my beard, do a cup of coffee face mask, have a cup of coffee, and then we're gonna do a Q&A. If everything goes the way that I want it to go tomorrow, this is how I will do it. I'll do a Q&A and with Alex, and then I'll do another drama video. There's something going on that I can figure out. And then I will do Peterism's video, BookTube video. Oh, I think I'm gonna actually, well, maybe I could do my BookTube haul tomorrow. I've been waiting to do this haul video on my BookTube channel because I'm waiting for, Dear Dawn, and I looked, and it's supposed to be showing up. I got like an Amazon announcement, so it's supposed to show up, I think, on Tuesday. So I might wait till Tuesday to do that. We should probably be getting our Bark box and our Dapper Dog box here in the next couple days too. I think, like, also, like, this is gonna sound strange, like, I'm, like, kind of going through this, like, grieving process already of Alex being gone and going back to work, but I've been watching Schitt's Creek like nobody's business. I finished the 5th season, and I just started I'm 1 episode into the 6th season. I'm starting on episode 2, on cable, which is the last season. But, like, I am so in love with David and Patrick as a relationship, and I have to say, they remind me a lot of Alex and I, and it's interesting because the different traits that come out at certain times, like I'm not completely one and he's not completely the other. It's not like you could look at us and say like, oh, I'm Daniel and Alex is, or I'm David and Alex is Patrick, or vice versa. It's like there's little pieces that come out, like good and, you know, bad, and I think, like, that for me has, I don't know, made me appreciate my husband more. That show is just, like, so fantastic, you guys. Like, I'm getting, like, teary-eyed even thinking about it. The show is just, like, so fantastic. I don't even know how to tell you. Like, all these people that are like, it's the funniest show, and it is funny. There's very funny moments in it. Catherine O'Hara is hilarious in it as Moira. But it's so much more than that. It's just a really moving, endearing, emotional show. And I'm telling you, when it is emotional, it is like real emotional. Like, there was this whole like episode about, well, it's Patrick's surprise party. I don't want to say anything more than that. Like, that's what the episode's called, so I'm not ruining it for that. But that whole episode, I just was like, I don't know. And then it's like, you see them change, these 4 people that came in, and like you see them change over time and become like what they value. I mean, they never change completely, like they just don't, you know, but like what they value is family and friends and community and moments spent with people. And they like realize over time, like there's this one scene when Moira, who's the mother, she like gets this dress, and then at the end, her talking about this dress, because this dress is like real expensive, and there are so many lessons in this show. The show is just so fantastic. I don't even know what to say other than that. It's just such a fantastic show. Anyway, so I'm gonna, tomorrow, I may do a whole like review of Schitt's Creek when I finish it, on my review channel. So tomorrow I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna do a Peterson's video. I may do the booktube video. I want to do an Audible haul and a book haul. So if the book doesn't come tomorrow, it's supposed to come Tuesday, but it might come tomorrow. If it comes tomorrow, I'm gonna do a book haul. If it doesn't come tomorrow, I'll do an Audible haul tomorrow, and then I will do the book haul on Tuesday. And then the review, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have these strawberry plants that I've been wanting to plant. I did want to go in here and see if the legendary reader, she was who I shouted out. Let's see if she got any more subscribers. Why is it not pulling it up right away? Oh, I was like, it says I'm unsubscribed. I was like, what? And then there's like 2 people. One's legendary reader and the other one's the legendary reader. And there I'm subscribed. She's got 429 subscribers. Yay! And now I'm looking at Bunny's channel. Everybody go subscribe to Bunny's channel. I listed it the other day. She's 143 subscribers. She's posting videos like, Bunny, you are posting videos like every day. Oh my God. Oh, is there a stay-at-home book tag? Did I do that? Was it with the readathon? What's the stay-at-home book tag? Hold on a second. If there's a stay-at-home book tag, maybe I'll do that. Get off my phone, or my thing. Stay-at-home book tag. Oh, there is a stay-at-home book tag. Well, thank you, Bunny, for bringing that attention to my eyes. Maybe I will do the stay-at-home book tag. We'll see. I love book tags. She did it a month ago, and I'm just finding out about it now. Well, alright. Okay, let's see. I don't use those stories on YouTube. People always tell me to, but I don't. All of these booktubers have really, really pretty thumbnails for their books. Anyway, So, what did I do last night? So, I finished Dead Ends, the book. That's what I'm doing tomorrow. So anyway, I'm just going to post some videos tomorrow. And then I have my book reading at 8 o'clock tomorrow night, which I'm excited about. I love that. And then, little Patti LaBelle for you in the house. I just downloaded that. Like sometime last week, I downloaded a couple songs. It's hot in here. From Beverly Hills Cop. But anyway, I hope that doesn't demonetize my video. For the $3 I make over here per video or whatever. Anyway, what was I gonna say? So that's what I'm gonna do tomorrow, and then I have my book club tomorrow night at 8. And then, well, it's not my book club, it's like we just read 12-step book, or not 12-step like literature is what we read. So we're doing that tomorrow night. And then, I don't know, maybe Alex and I watch a movie or something. Maybe some Handmaid's Tale. I can't believe he's going back to work. I'm so sad. Well, we don't know that. He's going to find out tomorrow if he goes back. He's supposed to go back maybe on Tuesday. So we'll find out. We'll see. So last night, I finished Dead Ends, and then as I finished that, I was like, gonna go in and I was gonna watch, okay, this is gonna be killing. I was gonna watch the documentaries on Eileen Wuornos on Amazon, because that was one of the reasons why we picked Eileen Wuornos, was because the two documentaries, Selling of a Serial Killer, which was first, I looked it up. Do you notice I'm smiling? Okay, and good. Just remember that. And the second one, which is The Life and Death of a Serial Killer, one of the reasons why we picked Eileen Wuornos this month was because those were both free with Amazon Prime. But when I went in and I looked last night, they were unavailable. I don't know why, okay? I swear when we looked them up, they were available. I don't know what happened. So needless to say, you can, though, I looked on that one thing that somebody told me, like, what's that app that somebody told me how to, like, you can look up where to find stuff or see stuff for free, called Just Watch, that you can rent each documentary for $3.99 on Apple TV, which is, if you have an Apple phone or Apple device, you can do that for free. If not, I guess you're SOL. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. There's tons of footage of it on YouTube. But I will tell you what you can watch. The award-winning, not so much, Lifetime made-for-TV movie Overkill with Jean Smart from Designing Women, of which Jean Smart plays a very nice and very sweet, sometimes angry, pushed to the edge Eileen Wuornos, who isn't a lesbian. Because I started watching it last night. Now, Misha from our book club, who I hope she's laughing right now at this point, told us that she thought this was better than the movie Monster with Charlize Theron, okay? This adaptation with Park Overstreet, which I knew I had known that person's name somewhere when I was talking about her like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, because she was in this movie Overkill, which I looked at a million times. Unlike the Oscar-nominated and award-winning Charlize Theron's adaptation of Eileen Wuornos, Lee, as known to her closest friends, who had been in a relationship many years with her lover and then later sister friend, Tyria Moore, who shot and killed these men in self-defense, supposedly. Jean Smart's adaptation, okay. First of all, Charlize Theron, I think, looks exactly like Eileen Wuornos. Jean Smart looks like Charlene on Designing Women, with a lot of makeup and very pretty. She looks very pretty. And she and, like, it's even said in the book that they slept in the same bed till the very end. And in this made-for-TV movie that apparently was, I don't know, during the Reagan administration that couldn't handle a lesbian serial killer, They have them sleeping in separate rooms in the same motel room. I don't even understand, okay? They're in a motel, but they sleep in separate rooms because Eileen has these horrible nightmares of stuff that happens, this like, her putting on this jewelry and this guy like hitting her when she was a kid. It's really sad and tragic. But needless to say, I'm not done with it yet. I'm only halfway through with it. If you guys want to see some really great, like, it's, the way that the world has changed is like unbelievable to me watching this. Like, this one guy's like, I think it's a woman. Like, who could lure these men out into the woods and get them out there and all this kind of stuff, right? And his friend's like, come on, I can't remember what the guy's name is, Don or something. He's like, come on, Don. He's like, there's like two, like, you know, police officers. He's like, come on, Don. We're talking about a serial killer here. We're talking about a man. We're talking about stranger on stranger. No woman could do that. And he's like, yeah, I guess you're right. Like, they look so down on women in this movie. And then it's about this female serial killer. And they haven't really shown the end of it. But I'm telling you, I'm only halfway through. Although, I will tell you what's interesting about it is, I mean, I was like super like into it watching it. It's definitely a more intimate portrayal of Tyria and Eileen's relationship. It's a lot more about that. Like, this one part, Tyria's sister Amy comes to visit. Like, this is a big part of the document, or the movie. She comes to visit, and it's kind of funny, because, like, Tyria and Amy are, like, in bed, in this, which I don't know why they're in this bed, which is Eileen's bed, because she sleeps in another room, because they always show her coming in from the other room, like when Eileen's like having nightmares and stuff. So they're sitting there, and Eileen's like at this like couch and this table, and she's reading the newspaper, and she's just getting more and more bitter by the moment, right? And you can tell she's like totally just like wasted drunk. Not the finest acting either, I will say. I love Jean Smart, but it's not a real stretch for Jean Smart. And Tyria's like, I wish I could imitate Jean Smart's accent, like, because it's like almost identical to Charlene in Designing Women. But she's like reading this newspaper, and she's like swigging this beer, and they're like giggling and laughing, and they're like looking at these pictures, and she's like, oh, look at Daddy with sideburns, and like Eileen like side eyes her like that, and she goes, y'all keep it down over there. She's like, I can't even think straight over here while y'all cackling over there. It's like, I'm like, oh my, this is like the angriest she gets, right? Even when she kills somebody, she's not that angry. And then Tyria, like, she gets, like, starts getting worried that Eileen's mad and stuff. And she goes, Amy, did I tell you? She's like, because it's part overstraight, so it's real southern accent. She goes, did I tell you? She's like, Lee and I, we're going to buy us an RV, and we're going to go all over the country. And she goes, isn't that right, Lee? And Eileen goes, whatever you say, Tyria. Something, it's just it's so bad. It's so bad that it's good. You know what I mean? It's just so bad. And but like when you're watching it, like the movie, like I'm like, is this the movie that like Eileen Wuornos got the money for? Because it totally paints this picture that yes, she killed these men in self-defense, number one. Number two, that she was loving and romantical towards Tyria Moore, okay? And all this kind of stuff. And like, I mean, some of the writing is just hilarious. Like, Ty's mother sends her I think this is when she moves back home. Well, a lot of the facts are wrong too. So like Eileen Wuornos had a baby when she was 15, or when she was 14, I think almost 15. And in the book, in the movie, she says she was 13. It says that they're from like Ohio when they're from Michigan, like in Pennsylvania, like that part's in the book, but in like this movie, it says that they're from Ohio. I don't know why they changed some of these things. It doesn't make any sense. They changed some of the names of the investigators. It just like none of it makes sense why they changed a lot of this. But there's this one part, I wish I could do Charlene's voice because it's so funny, like how she speaks on Designing Women. And it's like the same kind of intonation and everything, but she's Eileen Wuornos. But dressed real pretty and real nice, okay? And no beer gut, because like the beer gut is a big deal in the book. Like she talks a lot in the book, Dead Ends, about like nobody was stopping for her as a hooker because she had a beer gut and all this kind of stuff. So she is standing at this phone booth, and Tyria is talking to her mom, and she's like, when she gets done, she goes, now you don't mind that, you know, I'm gonna go visit my family for Thanksgiving? And she's like, no, Ty, I don't mind. She's like, I've never been big on Thanksgiving anyway, Ty. It's like the dialogue is hilarious in this movie, but I'm living for it every moment of it. I kind of want to see what she's like, Jean Smart is like once she gets like caught, and like, because like that's when the true Eileen Wuornos comes out. Like I want to see all that. So I don't know. That's coming up though, I'm sure. I'm literally at the halfway mark, and I'm gonna watch it when I'm done with that tonight. So yeah, today I didn't really do a whole lot. I just relaxed, and this is what I forgot to say. My stomach started hurting so bad last night at like 6 o'clock in the morning. I could not fall asleep until after 9. I don't know what it was. My stomach was literally in knots. And it wasn't anything that I ate, because unless it was the orange juice that I drank that Alex got me, and it was weird. When we opened it, it was like, had a lot of pulp at the top of it that was almost kind of like it had been frozen there. Alex had just got me this orange juice from, here, let me fix my hair. He had just gotten me this orange juice from Costco, and I opened it, and there was like some stuff on the top of it. Like, it just looked like pulp, right? And Alex goes, I hadn't opened the orange juice. He goes, well, when does it good through? And I looked, and it was like through the end of May. And I go, I don't know that it can be the orange juice. Like, I was telling him that today. But like, he had some of the macaroni and cheese. He had the vegan cookies. So I don't know what it would have been. I mean, a peanut butter sandwich I had. That's not going to make him sick or make me sick. I mean to tell you, I was like, my stomach hurt so bad. Like, literally, like, I was like, oh, like, it was just, like, stomach pain, you know? So I slept so late today. I got up and then, like, went back to bed because I, like, got up and I came downstairs and got the vlog up and stuff. So, yeah. I don't even remember now. I don't even remember, but my stomach hurt so bad. I came to bed and I looked at Alex, because I actually stayed downstairs. I went inside and I watched an episode of Schitt's Creek, and I sat in the chair, and my stomach was just, it hurt so bad. And so finally, when I got done with that episode, I went upstairs and I said to Alex, or I was like, when I was coming into bed, he goes, are you coming to bed like this late? And I said, I cannot sleep. I said, my stomach is hurting so bad. And he was like, well, what's wrong, babe? And I was like, I don't know. It's just like, and I said, do you feel okay? Like, was it something that, I thought maybe it was like the cheese and the macaroni and cheese or something. But he was like, no. He was like, I feel fine. So, I don't know what it was. My stomach still kind of hurt a little bit today, but not bad. But anyway, so I watched half of that. I was getting really tired watching it. I mean, it's not the greatest movie in the entire world, but it's not bad. I've never seen it before, so it's interesting to watch. The Overkill movie, and then I watched an episode of Schitt's Creek. Yeah, and that was my exciting night last night. It was kind of nice. It was nice relaxing all day today. We had a bunch of thunderstorms today. They were very, very pretty. I love thunderstorms. And Alex had the back window open, so it was like they were raining in, you know, like off the porch and stuff like that. It was nice. It's gonna be weird when I can go back out and start driving again, isn't it? Like, are you guys even ready for it? Now my stomach's hurting just even talking about it. I shouldn't have started talking about it. I knew that my stomach would start hurting if I did. Every time I talk to Tanya, she and Eric, I'm always like, what are you doing? She's like, we're watching something on Netflix. They watched that movie tonight, or that documentary. She said it was really, really good. She's like, you have got to watch this documentary. And she started to tell me about it, and I said, Tanya, and she goes, are you gonna watch it? And I said, yeah, I just saw the ad come up, I'm gonna watch it. I put it in my list. And she said, okay, I'm not gonna tell you anything about it. She's like, but it's amazing. It's called A Secret Love. These women have been together for like 70 years or something. Amid shifting times, two women kept their decades-long love a secret, but coming out later in life comes with its own set of challenges. Tanya said it was amazing. She was like, it is so good. So, I put it in my list, and it's not in my list. Did I go into Alex's instead? Could not update my list, it just said. Well, why not? Now it's saying that it's in my list. Oh, and you know what? Continue watching for Peter. I never did finish Molly's Game. Do you know what, or did I? It says I didn't finish it, but I feel like I did. Schitt's Creek isn't down there anymore. I'm so sad. Oh, this was the other one that Tanya... Of course, it stopped again and I didn't know it. And my neighbor just got up. It's 4:35 a.m. He's getting up earlier and earlier. Their kitchen is right there, like down, like, so they have a walkway, and like our walkway goes like this and then up. And we're thinking about actually getting like a little, like one of those old fences, you know, for in front of our thing. But anyway, she just hung plants out here and they're very pretty. But their kitchen is right in there. And they have this table and chairs right in front of their window, and it's really cute because it's like back in there. But you like can't, like, they can see kind of from the street, but you can't really see it. And so like but like if I walk out, I can see it because I'm like right here. So when I get out of my car in the morning, you know, it's like the birds are singing, the sun's up and all that kind of stuff. And I get out, and like as I'm coming around my door, he can see me, and he always just like waves to me because he's like sitting there working. I think she gets up a little bit later, but he gets up and like is working on his computer and stuff like that. They're so nice. Okay, I'm gonna go in and I am going to... Oh, Self-Made about the Suchi Madam Walker. I wanted to watch that too. Top 10 in the USA today. Number 1 is Dangerous Lies. I have no idea what that is. Number 2 is Outer Banks. Number 3 is Hollywood. Number 4 is All Day and the Night. Number 5 is Never Have I Ever. Number 6 is Extraction. Number 7 is Den of Thieves. Number 8, that murder one that I just told you about, that Cynthia girl. Number 9, The Last Kingdom. Number 10, The Half of It. I don't know what that is. Can you believe the Tiger King is no longer in top 10? After everybody talked about it for so long. That's so crazy. I still need to watch Grace and Frankie too. I feel like I'm in Alex's because it says watch again, and I haven't watched Grace and Frankie. No, it says I'm in mine. What does that mean? Give free Netflix to your friends. Share this link with friends and family and they'll start watching Netflix just like you. What does that mean? I don't understand. Can somebody explain that to me? I don't get it. So many things I want to watch. Okay, let's go in here and let's read some of the comments. Looking good. Your video is performing as usual, it said. Okay. You guys ready for comment time? Corrine said, Corrine, you haven't commented in a while. At least I haven't seen it in a while. I love lightning storms. I love the sound of the rain on the roof of your car. Aww. And then Queen Mary novel writing put like blue, red, purple, yellow, green. Like for the essential workers. Mother Maria said, hey Peter, I don't know why I'm getting your notifications 9 hours later. I hope your hubby, the pups, are well. It's pretty here in New Jersey. I don't know why either. But like, you know, my YouTube's been messed up forever and they can't figure out what it is, and I've stopped fighting at this point. Angela said, Peter, we can hear you. Put some lip gloss on and show that storm who's beast. LOL. Corey said, A View from the Cherry Tree was an amazing book, and I hadn't thought about it in at least 3 decades. My 5th grade teacher read it aloud to the class. I'm pretty sure that might have been the very last book ever read to me by an adult. I'm hoping it's on Audible. Anywho, have a great day. Night, Peter. I don't think it is on Audible, but that would be interesting. I mean, I'm not going to pay $10 to listen to a 150-page book, though, but maybe it's not that much. I think I actually did look it up and it wasn't on here. But do you know what I want to see is, I do want to see, it's saying it's not on there, I'm not finding anything. Which is Sister by Phyllis Reynolds Naylor. No, it's not on there either. Does it not? I guess it doesn't have a lot of like young people's books. Oh, my stomach. Do you hear that? See, I should never have said that my stomach hurt. Okay, I have to get off of Audible. See, this is what happens is I start just looking through Audible and then I'm like on here forever. Paula said, we ate tuna stuffed tomatoes when I was a kid. I'm Italian, born and raised in Manhattan. Crazy how we are all so different yet so similar, so stay safe. Love that. Melissa said, I hear those sweet birds. Lael, if I'm pronouncing it right, said, magnesium supplements can interact with medications. Please consult a doctor before taking over-the-counter supplements. I usually do. The problem is that, like, my epilepsy medicine, Depakote, like, it doesn't really have... Oh, the battery's gonna stop. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. I don't usually, like, other than aspirin, I can't have aspirin with Depakote. But other than that, like, I don't usually have any problems with it. Like, I never have since I've been taking it in 20 years, you know? But my friend Valerie, she texted me to take magnesium chelate. Is that how you pronounce it? But she said it won't bother your stomach that way. But I'm not worried about the stomach. I can deal with the stomach. It was like the rashy, shortness of breath stuff that I didn't like. Melissa said, I love the sound of that rain. So peaceful and relaxing. DB said, I loved hearing you talk about your mom's recipes. After watching this video, I made some tuna salad and added curry powder per your mom's recipe. So yummy. I had bought some curry powder and have been waiting to use it. We'll enjoy the leftovers with tomorrow's vlog. Thanks again for your videos. You know, it's so funny that you say that because my favorite meal that my mom made was chicken curry. And I don't remember really how she made it, except for that it was like really a casserole. And she had like chicken and broccoli. And there was a curry taste to it, but it wasn't like strong curry. And I don't even remember what else was in it. I don't think there was rice. There wasn't rice. But there was like this, you know, kind of coating over it. And then she would put it in the oven. And she would, like, you know, I don't know, like, you don't bake chicken, well, whatever you do, you know. She would put it in there. I guess you do. In like one of those like white containers with like the clear dish cover on it, you know. And that was like one of my favorite meals that she would ever make. And she would make it and she would have French bread. My mom always made like homemade, like not like homemade, like she didn't bake the bread herself. But she wouldn't go get the kind, like the freezer kind, which I love that kind anyway, like Texas toast and all that kind of stuff. My mom would literally go and she would get like the long French bread, cut it down the middle, and then she would, you know, make the butter sauce and stuff like that all herself. And like, you know, we still have the thing in there, the thing that you like swipe it with, you know. I used to, back in the day, I would use that. I forgot all about this. Oh, this is so crazy. I would mix, I have these blue bowls inside. They're white on the bottom and they're blue inside, and I loved them. They were my favorite bowls. I always wanted to eat cereal out of them and stuff. But I would put in there, I would melt butter in the microwave. Oh my God, I totally forgot about this. I'm gonna have to do this. I would melt butter in the microwave, and then I would put sugar and cinnamon. And I actually have in there sugar and cinnamon mixed because you can get it together now. And so it was like this sugar and cinnamon, whatever. And then I would toast my bread, and then I would spread it on there with this thing that was like, it's like a paintbrush, but it's like for cooking. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Anyway, I used to be obsessed with that thing when I was a kid. The other thing was, I was talking to my dad, and I was like, what have you guys been eating lately? And he's like, well, every day I've been eating an omelet when I get up. And I was like, you're making an omelet? My dad's a really good cook. And I was like, you've been making an omelet every day? He was like, no, we got an omelet press. And I was like, what? And he was like, do you guys not have one? He was like, well, I should get you one, like send it over there. I was like, we probably wouldn't use it anyway. He was like, oh, it's fantastic. He's like, you just make your mix, you put your eggs in there, you know, like you mix in your eggs and then whatever else you want to put in your omelet, you know, like, you know, you cut up whatever vegetables or cheese you want, and then you just put it in the omelet press and it makes it for you. And I was like, oh my God, like I didn't know that. Like I might have to, like, you know what I mean? I might have to get me an omelet press now. And then I wanted, for the longest time, I wanted to have a waffle press, because when I was growing up, we used to have the old-fashioned, like, you know, the big metal one that, like, you put over and then you, like, turn and, like, sometimes it would come out the sides. That was my favorite. But we had a waffle press back in the day. I think you can get them for really cheap now, like that Hamilton Beach or whatever that brand is. I always look at them when I'm places. Anyway, I've been wanting to get a waffle press forever, but then I'll start eating waffles every morning for breakfast, and who needs to do that, you know? Let's see, I'm sure like a Braun. Like a Braun is probably like really expensive. Is that even what it's called? Well, here's Nordic Ware Belgian Waffle Press. But like, I want the kind that, here's Sultan Sandwich Grill. Oh my Lord, no, we don't need that one for $1,850. Okay, here's Cuisinart Round Classic Waffle, $79.95, Williams Sonoma. I actually think that's kind of, you can get a cheaper one than that. George Foreman Decker, 4-decker grill. Mickey Mouse 90th anniversary, $74 for that one. Dash Mini Maker Waffle. Okay, this is real cute, and it is $9.99. You can get it at Target. Super Mario Mushroom for $34. So there's like reasonable ones. Chef Min Belgian. Okay, Belgian waffle one is $24.99. Best Buy. Home Shopping Network, $29.99. That's for a square one. Batter dispenser, $19.95. Get all kinds of stuff on there. So, what is this? There's an article. After Shark Tank win, is Press Waffle Company ready to grow? What does that mean? I don't know. But yeah, I wanted one of those. Like, so, and when I was a kid, my mom and I would make waffles a lot with the waffle press. I wonder if I still have our own waffle press. I feel like I threw it out. I feel like either she threw it out or I threw it out. I don't feel like we have one down there. Maybe we got one as a wedding present, though. You guys, we, true story, have wedding presents down there that we never even opened. Not many. I would say like 6. Some stuff that we have been saving for a long time. We got some flatware that we were saving in case like we like redid our whole kitchen or got a place in Florida. And it was like this white crate and barrel flatware. And Alex started bringing some of it up and started using some of it because we got like a whole set. I can't remember who got that for us. I think it was like maybe my aunt and uncle. And then we have like a deep fryer down there that somebody got us we've never used. And then like 2 or 3 other things. I don't know what they are though. So anyway, they're like up against the wall. We almost used everything that we got for our wedding. We got some really cool gifts. So, I should use some of the stuff like that we got. Because some of the stuff that we got are like kitchen things like that. I should use some of those to like make stuff for like my review channel and stuff, shouldn't I? Oh my God. Like Tanya and my friend Liz got me an ice cream maker. And you can make like gelato, or you can make like a yogurt in it, or like ice cream. I should this summer I should do like my own different flavors of ice cream for my review channel. Wouldn't that be so good? I should do that. So Stephanie Meyers, you know, who wrote the Twilight series, she has this countdown on her website. And so I keep on like checking it. Not that I'm a huge Stephanie Meyers fan, but I just kind of want to be in the know with everybody else because something exciting is going on. So she put this like countdown on her thing like a week ago. It's like a clock and nobody has any idea what's going on. And it's 3 hours and 39 minutes until we find out what's going on. I'm kind of half tempted to stay up. Although that'll be 8:39. I don't know that I can do all that. But I really want to know what it is, like what the big announcement is. It can't be a sequel to Breaking Dawn, although she would be smart to do that. I don't know why these people like J.K. Rowling and Stephanie Meyer and the 50 Shades of Grey chickie, I don't know why people like have these best-selling books and they don't make series of 30 out of them. Why would you end it? Like when people are like wanting to read it, you're bringing enjoyment to people's lives. Like I understand like the creative process has to stop at some point, but like J.K. Rowling kept on writing and people didn't really like a lot of what she wrote. So why didn't you just keep on writing what was making people happy? Like why would you not just keep, you know, now she's kind of diving back and doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And I understand maybe she was, you know, sick of the storyline or whatever, but I don't know. I feel like there's so much, you know, that could have been done with that. So maybe Stephanie Meyer is reopening the... How long has it been since Twilight came out? If I look and it's like right now, like 10 years ago or something, I'll die. It was longer than that. I did read all the books, by the way, and see all the movies. Twilight book release date October 5th, 2005. So it's been 15 years since it came out. What is Twilight Midnight Sun? I don't know what this is. It's been heavily suggested that Midnight Sun Part 1 will be released in 2019. Is Midnight Sun one of her books? Maybe it's a book that she's written and I don't know anything about. Midnight Sun. Because I don't follow her like that, but I know that people that do. But it's like the most exciting thing that's happened in the literary world in a long time. Oh, I guess it is a book. Midnight Sun is an unreleased companion novel to the book Twilight by author Stephanie Meyer. The work reveals the events of Twilight from the perspective of Edward Cullen instead of that of the series' usual narrating character Bella Swan. Originally published August 19, 2015. What does it mean? Unreleased companion. Was it released or was it not released? Fans predict what the countdown clock on Twilight author Stephanie Meyer's website means. She was smart to do this. Is Twilight still relevant? Apparently, yes. The author of the vampire romance series, Stephanie Meyer, posted a cryptic clock on her webpage that counts down to Monday, May 4th at midnight. I'm looking at the clock and it says 3 hours and 35 minutes. It's not midnight. Where is it? Midnight where? Meyer's expected to announce a new project and Twihards can't keep their cool. Fans flock to Twitter and try to decode this mysterious message. Some think that the author is releasing the long-awaited book Midnight Sun. The long-awaited 5th book of the series, here it is a retelling of Twilight in the perspective of Edward Cullen. Who'd care? If that's what it is, don't do that. I hate when books do that. David Levithan did that with that one. Oh, I hated it about that. The guy that was A or whatever, and he jumped in and out of people's bodies, and then it told it from the girl's point of view. It was so bad. It was unnecessary. That to me lacks creativity. I mean, that to me is like I know I'm saying why not keep up with the series, but if you're going to keep up with the series, change it then. Change it like just in mid-series and then have it go on, but from Edward's point of view. But like to go back and retell the whole series from Edward's point of view, I mean, I know people that are diehard fans will eat it up, but like, who'd care? Oh my God. In 2008, the first 12 chapters of the book were leaked, which caused the author to shut down the project. I feel too sad about what has happened to continue working on Midnight Sun, and so it is on hold indefinitely, she wrote in a blog post at the time. She waited 12 years to get this out. She's better than I am. Others speculate that she will announce a sequel to her sci-fi romance novel, The Host, which was published in 2008. Some fans pondered whether the clock has to do anything with her 2016 thriller novel, The Chemist. However, Meyer could also be announcing an entirely new project. Here's what the internet thinks Meyer's countdown clock is for. I think she's going to pick up Twilight 10 or 15 years later. That's what I think she's going to do. How many ever years it's been since it ended? How did Twilight end? I don't know. I don't remember how it ended. Breaking Dawn end. In the book. At the end of the Breaking Dawn, the book, Edward explains to the remaining vampires, the Cullens now on Holland, how they escaped the Vulture mostly unscathed. Alex gave Arrow the excuse he needed. This is the movie, though. I want to read about the book. Yeah, I think she's going to pick up 10 years later, and I think people are going to go crazy. I mean, is there a way to pick it up 10 years later or 15 years later? When does it end? Or like, did they age him forward like Harry Potter? I honestly don't remember it. It keeps on talking about this twist ending in the movie follows Stephenie Meyer's book closely up until the point where Alice enters a climactic scene to defend vampire-human hybrid. Who sends? Jacob. Whatever happened to Taylor Lautner? Alice was just showing Arrow what the future would have been if the two sides fought because of Bella's super... But I thought they really did fight. Oh, I forgot about the child. The rest of the movie carries out about... Okay, wait. I wonder if the book is going to pick up... Because it says that... Renesmee, I think that's her name, or however they pronounce it, will reach maturity 7 years after her birth and that she is no danger to the vampiric lifestyle. I wonder if it'll pick up with her. Like, that would be really smart. People would live for that, wouldn't they? But was this really a twist? Not in my mind. At the end of the Breaking Dawn the book, Edward explains to the remaining vampires, the Cullens, on how they escaped the Vulture mostly unscathed. I think it's going to pick up. I think it's going to be like a new series, and they'll be like in the background, but I think it'll be with the daughter. That's what I think will happen. And that would be smart if they did that. Okay. So DB, thank you for saying that you liked hearing me talk about my mom's basement. Living Life with Lisa said, loving your vlogs from the driveway. Love you, Peter, and hope to meet you someday. Aww. Dane said, I had the best evening. Watched The Shining and now a Peter vlog. And then she put a ton of emojis. Oh my God, thank you so much. She put rainbows, and she put fish, and she put hearts, and she put, I think, a dolphin. But first she put a blue heart. Okay. Rosemary said, been listening to your vlog while studying. It's been so relaxing to listen to you whilst attempting to study for exams in the midst of a global pandemic. Thank you so much, Peter. Oh, thank you so much. Danielle said, I started reading Dear Dawn. I am loving it so far. Aw, I can't wait to read it. All right, you guys, listen, I'm gonna get off here because it is a 5:01, so I want to get off here, and I want to listen to a little bit of my audiobook and relax a little bit before I go to bed because I don't want to stay up as late tonight, which I say that, and now I'll end up staying as late anyway, so, but thank you guys so much for listening to the vlog and making it this far, and I hope you found it relaxing and calming tonight, and thank you for watching, and I will be back. I'll, you know, as we transition back into, like, the driveway's only got like another week, right, of me sitting out here or something like that. So I'm gonna transition and trying to tell more stories and more, like, you know, personal things of my life, because I know that you guys like to hear, like, stories of my life, and even if it's just about my mom and, like, what she cooked and things like that, I know that you guys like to hear that. So I'll try to do more of that. But thank you guys so much for watching, and if you made it this far, please give this video a thumbs up. It really does mean a lot to me for you guys to give this video a like, and please make sure that you're still subscribed to my channel. Like you heard me read earlier, somebody else was unsubscribed, so please make sure that you're still subscribed to this channel and all my others. And feel free to leave a comment if you want. Please leave a blue heart for the OG Wolf Pack over here, and also leave all different kinds of colored emojis for the essential workers. And I hope you guys are having an amazing Monday. I can't believe it's Monday already. Unless you have other plans, but like I always say, don't have other plans. Make the most of your day. Do something fun today. Do something exciting. Start a new TV show. I swear, if you have not started Schitt's Creek, trust me, it is so good. But you have to give yourself a whole season to get through, to get into it and really, like, fall in love with the characters. And do something that will make yourself proud today when you look back on it tomorrow or next week or a year from now, or, you know, 2 years from now, or 60 years or 69 years from now, family friendly. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Make sure that you look at yourself in the mirror every single day and you do your daily positive affirmations and you say, I love you, you are valuable, you are important, you matter, you are a good person, you are deserving of good things, and good things are coming your way. Tomorrow is, say every night before you go to bed, tomorrow is going to be an amazing day. I'm going to be happy, joyous, and free all day long. Good opportunities are going to come my way. I'm going to have a great day. And if something gets me off track, I can start my day over whenever I want. And when you get up in the morning, say, today is going to be such a great day. I'm going to have a good day today. Fun things are going to happen. I'm going to be full of laughter, and I'm going to be happy, joyous, and free all day today. Good opportunities are going to come my way today. I'm going to spend time with those I love. And if I get off track, I can always start my day over whenever I want. Start your day over whenever you want. Don't forget that. And make sure that you reach out to somebody else today, other people, and let them know how much they mean to you, and just say, hey, I just want to let you know how much you mean to me. You don't even have to say that. You can just pick up the phone and call them and just be like, hey, what's up? It's like that simple, right? Like that translates into, I care about you. So we don't have to be so deep and, you know, emotional with all of it. But I know people appreciate it, because I know I appreciate it when people reach out to me. It means a lot. It means a lot, I think, just to have other people think about us, you know, and know that we matter. I think sometimes there's many of us out there that just to hear one person make us feel like we matter would make a huge difference. So please reach out to somebody today. Maybe somebody that you don't think hears from a lot of different people. And yeah, and also practice random acts of kindness. But like I always say, don't tell anyone. Just do it, because it's a nice thing to do, and it puts good out there in the world, and we're trying to be the best versions of ourselves that we can possibly be, right? I hope so. Anyway, I love you guys, and I will see. I think that's it. Is that it? I think that's it. I'm looking at the tree, the view from the cherry tree. Anyway, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.